again. I started a stream. I started to talk. Oops, nobody was there. Okay, am I streaming now?
Yeah.
I am. Okay. Thank God. Hi guys, sorry about that. Jeez Louise. Okay, so I am Lauren Cadillac, aka OG Cadillac. I'm an attorney in Dallas, Texas. I do litigation, real estate in particular, and I am in a courtroom relatively often. I am a courtroom attorney. I am not a criminal defense attorney. Hi Tavonda, you are the star of today's show, so thank you for joining us. So glad you're here. I'm a courtroom attorney. I'm not a criminal defense attorney, but I became obsessed with this particular case due to the First Amendment right issues. Good morning, No One Like Us family. Morning. So the First Amendment right issues really are what made me start watching this trial. Hey, what is it? Alux, good morning. Welcome. Ooh, guys. All right, we're filling the room up. Congrats. Come on in, folks. All right, so I became obsessed with the trial due to the First Amendment issues. But then once the trial started, it was a total shit show. So obviously I had to stay for that. I mean, who doesn't love a good shit show? I have been going live every Friday to recap what has happened in the week before. The reason I'm going live today is because they're only working this afternoon. And then I think they're working a half day Wednesday, half day Thursday, a half day Friday, I believe. And then these guys have the whole fucking week off next week. You got a judge over here talking about this is the world's longest case. We need to speed things along. And you got a whole week off. They just had a week off. I don't even remember what week it was, but it was like 2 weeks ago they had a week off. Oh, Easter. That was not that long ago. So why do you need another week off? I don't get it. I don't get it. Good morning, Nelson. Thank you for joining us. Thank you, everyone who's here. So the same judge who's complaining about, oh, this needs to go faster and we don't have time, is telling the jurors, you have next week off. They're not there this morning because some juror had some event to go to, which I'm assuming is a graduation or something. And let me tell you, them graduation ceremonies are boring AF, but I would rather be at one of those than sitting in this fucking jury. Oh my God. With Miss Love as she is, she's a nightmare. Oh, hey, on Friday, I figured out all their astrology signs, so we're going to talk about that. What's up, Gary, Indiana? Good to see you. Welcome back. Yes, they have a whole week off next week. Oh my God, Kaylee, I'm so excited to hear that I made your day. Welcome. So glad you're here. Hi, Shara. Thank you for coming. Hello Live. Thank you. Hi, Lonnie. And happy Mother's Day, yes, to all the mothers out there, which we all know is me. Oh, yeah, Gary reminded us they had spring break off, too. They started the trial right after Thanksgiving, and then they had like 3 weeks off. And then they went back to work, and then they had all this time off for illnesses and the stabbing and the this. And so today a juror has an event, which I'm guessing is like some kind of graduation event. And I have got to say I would rather be at the graduation than in this jury. I mean, oh God, graduations are so boring. But just hearing this, like, we'll talk about it Friday, but yesterday was just a whole other day of that stupid Lil Wayne shooting. It's like, doesn't even make sense to me. So anyhow. All right, so Tavonda, Iamtavonda is one of my best viewers. Thank you so much, Tavonda, for joining us. She turned me on to this video, which is from Hip Hop Lives in ATL. So right away, we're fair use. We're using this video from Hip Hop Lives in ATL. Y'all can go onto their YouTube, but we're using this to talk about the Young Thug case. All right. So I don't know. Maybe Tavonda can tell us in the comments like why Thug was arrested. I think this is right after that mall incident where he allegedly made terroristic threats or whatever. But I'm not 100% sure. So Tavonda, if that is incorrect, let us know. So he's now being questioned by the police. There's a little pipsqueak woman, and I say pipsqueak because her voice is very pipsqueaky. And then there's a clearly white dude. I say clearly white dude because he said he just started listening to hip hop. And he talks like he's a white dude. So so they're interviewing him, and then eventually someone else comes in, and we're kind of going to go through all of this. But this is, to me, listening to this is exculpatory evidence. So did I Google how to write exculpatory? I did. Hold on. I Googled exculpatory because I was like, how do you spell this terrible word? Exculpatory. Okay, exculpatory. Exculpatory means something that tends to clear someone of blame or guilt or exonerate them of a crime. Now, I know y'all have heard in this courtroom talk about Brady evidence. Brady evidence is exculpatory evidence. I believe, and I'm creating a membership. I will do a members video about Brady material and exculpatory evidence. But I believe that Brady is the Supreme Court case that said you being the government, must turn over exculpatory evidence to a defendant before a trial. So by law, if the DA's office has some kind of evidence that could prove you're innocent, they have to hand that shit over. If they have that, they shouldn't even be pressing charges, okay? Paris says email it to Steele. Okay, I would email it to Steele, but I don't have to because yesterday I bought tickets to Atlanta. So I am for sure going to Atlanta in August. Hopefully the days I chose for the tickets are court days, who knows. If they're not, I'll just shift them around. But I'm going mid-August to Atlanta. I'll have more details later because I think I'm going to do a meet and greet. So if you're in the Atlanta area, I think I'll be doing a meet and greet probably like close to the like courthouse or airport or something. I don't know, I haven't looked at anything yet. So my goal in going to Atlanta is to get into that courtroom and observe those jurors. That's the ultimate goal. I want to see the jury. I'm going to take notes for y'all, come back with notes like who I think they are, how they react. I want to see them react to Miss Love. I want to see them live. Excuse me, guys. I want to see, like, I want to get a vibe for us of what's going on with that jury box. But then also, because I'm a total fangirl, I want to get the signatures of all of the lawyers, except Miss Love, because I'm a total fangirl. So I was thinking if I have some merch by then, maybe I would take that and try to get it signed. It was funny because I was telling my 11-year-old daughter yesterday that I was going to Atlanta in August for a day to go see this trial. And she was like, you should get their signatures. And I was like, that was my exact idea. Isn't it wild how your children are like exactly like you, but like small and probably sassier? Mine are, at least. Okay. Let's see. Tavonda says she's not sure which arrest it was, but it was definitely after 2016-2019. Tavonda stumbled upon this, and then she shared it with us. So thank you so much. Everyone who's here, thank Tavonda today, okay? Thank you, Tavonda, because you brought us this video. So far, the days I'm going to Atlanta are August 13th. Coming in the 13th, heading straight to the courthouse, doing the afternoon there, then maybe meet and greet in the evening of the 13th, and then going to the courthouse on the 14th, flying out from there. That's my day, or that's what I'm trying to do. Now, as we know, these people get a week off like every 3 weeks, so that might change. We might, while we plan it, it's all going to have to be flexible because it's all going to depend on YFN Glanville, right? So, hi, Red Bunny. Thank you for joining us. Thanks, guys, for joining us here. And if y'all do come to meet and greet, I will freaking cry. I will literally. If people from like other places come see me, I'm getting emotional. I don't want to talk about it. Okay. Tavonda says, I want to know how we could get that information to Steele. This trial is biased. I agree. I definitely. We'll see. Maybe we can find their email or something. I don't know. Maybe I'm guessing they already have it. Because don't you think, so I'll play it, but it's an interview of Thug by the police. So he's sitting in the, I don't know, cop room or whatever it is, interrogation room with the cops and answering their questions. So don't you think that Thug would have told Brian Steele about this already? Like, if my client had some video like this, if we got into trial and they didn't tell me about it, and we get to trial and there was a video like this, I'm gonna fucking scream at them. I'm not gonna lie. I will raise my voice with my clients. I'll be like, you fucking idiot. Like, what were you thinking? I could have gotten you out of this a year ago. But I'm guessing Steele already has it. Oh, Tavonda, you must come. You must meet me. It would be so wonderful. Lonnie, welcome. They have it. Sure, Zach telling them not to bring it up. Oh, it won't blemish his image. Well, maybe it will. We're gonna listen to it together. Okay. Oh my God. You will pull up from Memphis? Oh, that would be so dope. Oh my gosh. You guys, this would be so cool. Okay. So let's get into it. The video isn't great, so I maybe just will play the sound because it doesn't have any, it's not a video, it's like a sound recording. But in particular, there was something at 22 minutes. So I'm gonna hit the 22-minute mark. Here we go.
They always ask the same questions every interview.
Okay.
First of all, his voice is so distinctive. I immediately knew it was him. Also, now that I've heard all these witnesses, like Trontavia Stevens and all this, I can tell this dialect. Like, I hear it. I'm like, oh, I know where you're from. Like, the minute you hear someone start to talk this way, like, okay, I know where you're from. That's really interesting to me. I find it interesting that throughout the United States, just like even in cities, we have like our own little cultures. But like we're a huge country just full of all these little cultures. Okay, I digress.
They be like, who you look up to, who you want to work with, who you sign with.
I got you.
Wayne. He's finally, he's seen it because he said in his interview, he was like, I just been paying attention a little bit lately.
Hip-hop lives in
it seems
18.
like it's some sort of weird fan thing. So I'm sorry for anything I ever did to harm or shame you. And I love you if you're a real fan. I love your music. He was like, I got that. I even went on ahead and got the album. The shit right. He's like, the shit right. It's right. It's right.
Tavonda, come sit in court with me. We'll have fun in Atlanta for the court together.
But see, I mean, forgive me for my ignorance, but all y'all are Bloods, right? Like Lil Wayne, you, Amber Man, all y'all. So, I mean, I just don't see why the beef makes sense, though.
Blood?
Yeah. Blood.
Man,
that's what y'all say on the song?
That is entertainment, man.
Y'all say it on the songs?
They got a picture of Birdman on the internet. Hell, they got.
Okay, firstly, he stutters. Do you hear him on the internet? Which aligns with what Brian Steele said in his opening, talking about this shy young man, real quiet, Well, folks who stutter tend to be pretty quiet. So you heard him laugh. A blood. We're gonna get into it like in a second. But he said it's entertainment. It's entertainment. This is not who I am. He's saying this to police officers. The cop said, well, what are you saying in your rap is, it's entertainment. Okay, here we go.
He a crip and blood. They were like, oh no. They were clowning that fool.
Hip-hop lives in 18.
I mean, y'all say it on the song?
That shit comes with, that shit comes with that.
So you telling us that you not a blood, that you rapping it in the song?
Gangbang.
I'm no gangbanger. And the way he says it, I'm no gangbanger. Okay, you know what, y'all? Y'all just gave me an idea in these comments. What if I contact the court and tell them about our online legal community where I teach you about the law and say we all want to come observe live, and like a group of us came? That'd be so dope. Oh my God. We'd all have to shut off our phones and be real quiet and shit, but oh my God, that would be so cool. Okay, so August 13th, if you can get to Atlanta, write it down, y'all. Okay, so he just shouts, I'm not a gangbanger. He said it's for entertainment. I'm not a gangbanger. I wrote these notes down, Tavonda, when I was watching this. Okay. The detective goes on to ask him about videos with signs being thrown. So let me fast forward. Here we go.
Crazy. But lately
Yeah, but man, I've seen videos on YouTube you throwing up gang signs though, man.
Who?
You. Yeah, for real.
Man, you probably got some of the signs so mixed, like a gang sign.
Yeah.
Not gang nothing.
Hip hop
I'm not
lives
saying
in
you're
ATL.
banging. I'm just
Some of the
saying.
guys that came here earlier, that's the same thing. Read on tattoo. What did he say?
Well, see, those guys are like gang detectives. I'm not a gang detective.
It says
man.
R.I.P. Mario. R.I.P. No. Mario. It says R.I.P. It says 6 girls, 5 boys. No longer kids.
Okay.
It says Jacob, my son. It says Kenyon, my son. This says.
Okay, so now he's telling him all his tattoos. They're like 100% of them are just his children's names. Hi, sweet lady sugar, welcome. They will allow a group. They did allow a group. I remember the judge announcing a group of school children or school something, which is why I was going to use our online learning community as my way to get us in. This is the thing, y'all. I'm a lawyer. Like, we can get things, access to courtrooms and stuff. So I think if we can get a small group, I mean, I'm not thinking 100 of us cannot show up. If everyone who's in this live right now, all 136 of us show up, it's not going to be a good thing. But if 10 of us, 15 of us, those of you who said you would come, those whose birthday it is, like, come, let's do it. We'll be able to. Okay, so here we are in this interview. We've just had the white guy cop, who you could tell is a white guy by the way he's talking. The little pipsqueak cop lady. She sounds adorable. Oh, Alex, you're a paralegal. That's awesome. See, you can come and call it networking and maybe write it off your taxes. Okay? All right. That's not legal advice. I'm not giving legal advice, but this is a good idea. Okay, so I'm so excited about how many people are down for this visit. We should totally do this. Well, I already bought my tickets, so I'm definitely going to be there. So y'all show up if you want or not. But as we get closer to the day, we're going to have to stay very on top of the schedule because, like, yesterday, the judge gave out the schedule. They got all of next week off. Like, first time I heard about that. Crazy. All right, so Thug's talking to these 2 cops. They're talking about him throwing signs.
In God I trust. This is I love my Taylor. My sister.
Talking about his tattoos.
Him and.
Okay, Tanaka, you'll come from California. Let's do
It
this.
was a couple years ago at a little club right there called Coco Loco. It was about 5 years ago, 5 years ago. Somebody did a drive-by shooting. Killed Mario, but my sister, baby daddy, my brother-in-law, he lived another year, but he was paralyzed and shit. He just didn't like it. So.
Okay, while I have a very hard time understanding what he's saying, he's just talking about his brother-in-law that got shot. All right, they go on to talk. Before we go on, we are going to talk about being detained. We're going to have a little constitutional recap here. If you are ever stopped by the police, no matter where you are, if you are ever stopped by the police, unless you are detained, you are free to leave. Once you are detained, you need to ask for an attorney. Period. End of story. Full stop. Shut the fuck up. Ask for an attorney. So I just tell people, okay, you get pulled over, put your hands on the steering wheel, let the cop come over, I gotta reach for this, whatever, reach for your shit, hand it to him. Never argue with the cop. Arguments belong in courtrooms, not on street sides, okay? Wait until you get in front of the judge and argue. The cop's not even gonna show up, so argue, don't argue with the cop, period. I never argue with the cops. I thank them when they give me a ticket. Thank you, because I ain't get shot. These people are trigger happy, okay? And I am not playing games out here. I value my life. Okay, so if let's say police officer has you get out of the car. Am I being detained? Let's say this cop says, no, you're not being detained. Your next follow-up question is, am I free to leave? If the answer to that is no, then you are detained, period, full stop. The moment you are detained, you shut your fucking mouth and you call a lawyer. Now, the Supreme Court recently, and Sotomayor was on the court, so that, not like yesterday, but relatively recently, said that in order to invoke your right to remain silent, you must say, I remain silent after every question. which is so ghetto. But the minute you say, I want my lawyer, questioning needs to cease. If they keep questioning you, feel free to answer as long as I'm recording that you want your lawyer. So Thug here is having this conversation in the police station. I am sure he is not free to leave. The reason I'm sure for that is because later they Mirandize him. So once you're detained, they need to read you your Miranda rights. We call it Mirandized. You have the right to remain silent, blah, 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 okay? Miranda came out of an Arizona case in the 60s. This guy was arrested and he didn't know his rights. And so the Supreme Court said you need to start telling people that they have the right to remain silent, because he said, I told him shit because I thought I had to. Okay, so let's back at our scenario of the car where you're pulled over. Cop asks you to get out. Am I being detained? No. Am I free to leave? No. Okay, now you're being detained. Period, right? Okay. The cop must Mirandize you once you're detained. The best thing to do, instead of allow this to be in the cop's hand, is to ask for your lawyer. Then it's in your hand. Take back the power, shut your fucking mouth, and call your lawyer. Okay? Don't call me, because I don't do criminal law. Call me when you have a real estate problem in Texas, okay? But don't call me behind the criminal issue. I have good criminal defense friends, though. So if you need it, let me know. Okay. So right now, Thug is doing what I would absolutely advise against to all of you or any of my clients or really any human being that's in the United States of America. He's talking while he's detained, and he has not been Mirandized. So technically, if they wanted to use this video against him, which they won't because it's exculpatory, it helps show that he's not a criminal. But if they were going to use it against him, everything before the Miranda rights are read, that would have to be excluded. Now, we know YFN Glanville wouldn't follow the law, but the law would be that it be excluded, okay? All right. Hi, Ron. Welcome back. The problem is people have followed the rules and still got shot. Oh, yeah. I mean, look, if a cop kills you, Like, it was your time to go, then that was the way. You know, that kind of shit's in God's hands. But you just don't mouth off, you know, find out if you're being detained. And if they say no, then you ask if you're free to leave. If they say no, then you sure shit are detained, period. Okay? All right, so Thug is doing something I would never allow any of my clients to do. If they did, I would yell at them. And since you guys are all my friends, I'm warning you not to do this. He's talking to the cops without his lawyer present and before being Mirandized. Miss Purple 85, thank you so much for the $1.99 super chat. That's so exciting. Thank you and welcome. I really, really appreciate your support. Y'all, I am getting very close to being able, not very close, I'm like 1% of the way to a new computer so that I can have better video quality and I can do better live streams for y'all. And Miss Purple 85, you just helped me get there. We are $1.99 closer thanks to you. So thank you so much, y'all. Oh, and last week, somebody sent me a Cashapp and I wanted to thank him. We do have the Cashapp, etc. So I did want to thank you guys so much for all your support. It's crazy. Like, I love to tell my children that I'm a live YouTuber. I'm like, yes, I'm a YouTuber. And then every time my subscribers go up, I tell them, I'm like, I have 2,250 subscribers. And, you know, they're wonderful people. They humor me and they don't vomit everywhere. So that's very nice. But I do it really just to irritate them. All right, so let's get back into this.
I used to have a huge trip. And they were paralyzed for a whole year. And it just like taking drugs on it and just died. Shit was crazy.
Hip hop lives in ATL.
You hear my stomach? My stomach just growled.
That was that guy's stomach? I heard that shit.
No.
And it's like, I'm home, man. I ain't even home. But as soon as you like in a jail or playing basketball, man, you know, I'm so hungry. But I know for a fact, if I was at home, I wouldn't be halfway home.
You eat that cracker, you eat that one.
I need to eat it.
Cracker. Okay, at one point, this white cop starts talking about Fetty Wap. And he likes the Fetty Wap song, which, that's how I know he's white, because, like, I know Fetty Wap. I know what song he's talking about. same boat. I love that Trap Queen song, y'all. I also love that that song, The Box, by what's his face. Oh, ooh. Anyhow, okay, so back to this. Sorry, I come distracted. He continues to talk to these police, and around 37 minutes, he starts talking about Holly Grove, which, as you know, Holly Grove is where Lil Wayne is from. And the whole Holly Grove thing has been like a topic of discussion, or I'm sorry, the whole Lil Wayne bus shooting that involves Holly Grove. It has been the last, I don't know, what, 15 days of court? Have we been talking about this? Like, I know we talked about it all last week. I know we talked about it the week before, and I know we're talking about it again. And I mean, I just can't talk about one topic that much. It's like crazy. I don't understand what more evidence you need to provide. Oh, Roddy Ricch. Yes, Roddy Ricch. Ooh, ooh. I just fucking love that song. I like that Fetty Wap song. Okay, here we go. Holly Grove.
Like this, y'all?
No, well, I don't care. Don't diss it. Don't diss it. But just like when Rich Homie Quan said, like, I could always tell when they're 12. Like, he ain't dissing them. He's just saying.
Yeah, he's saying, but that leads back to not going for what you hear because you can't tell.
Yeah.
That you can't tell when it's a police and when it's not.
Why do you automatically go to diss somebody? Do you like dissing people in records?
I don't diss nobody no records.
Okay.
You know that shit get you blackballed, even if you wanted to. Even if I ever in my life felt like, okay, I want to diss Lil Wayne, man, that man got enough power to shut anything I do down.
Think about
Anything.
the people that
Just
rap.
how long he done did it. He can seriously be like, headache. And them be places I can't go.
Right.
So it be like, when you get the deeper you get into the music, that's what you learn. Because I never knew that.
Well, what about the whole Holly Grove thing?
Hold on. We are really learning about the music industry in this interview. It's very interesting. Sweet Lady Sugar asks, can Steele use the video when the defense is up? Well, he's going to have to be able to authenticate it. So this particular video, this YouTube video that I'm playing, unless he gets this Hip Hop Lives in ATL kid to come in to authenticate it, he's going to have to get one of the two cops to come in to authenticate it. Otherwise, it can't be authenticated. Hi, Julie. No, it's not Friday. I wish. But we did have a short day today, so I figured, why not? Come in. Have a little talk. M. Miller says the court is going to last another 24 months. Yeah, I think so. It's going to be a long time. So me going in August, someone was like, is it still going to be going in August? I said, hell yeah. August is a no problemo. How bad is the weather going to be, though, really, guys? Oh, I hate the heat. I hate it so much. Okay. I have a question. When did Georgia start allowing lyrics to be analyzed in court? Don't get me started. And they just had this Georgia Supreme Court ruling about a video that a guy was carrying a gun. And then yesterday, I almost called her Nikki Hilton. Then I almost called her Paris Hilton. Simone Hilton tried to introduce a video of some kid shooting an AK at the fucking gun range, as if that's not an American, as if that's not allowed, if that somehow shows you're a criminal. My building is literally next door to a gun range. Literally, my office building next door to a gun range. Under Hilton's theory, we could go take video of all the white dudes in there right now, and they're all going to prison. Oh, well, you know how to shoot a gun. You're obviously killers. Like, get the fuck out of here. Luckily, YFN Glanville was not having that, okay? YFN Glanville actually didn't allow it, which was like one of the first proper fucking rulings he's ever made. But yeah, after class, YFN Glanville has not made the state actually authenticate any of the videos. YFN Glanville has basically told the state, as long as someone has seen it on the internet, then they can come testify to it as truth. Let me repeat that, and let's let that sink in. As long as someone has seen something on the internet, then we can show it as evidence to the truth. The internet and the truth are two of the most unrelated things I've ever heard of. Like, are you fucking kidding me? So anyone could just go watch this video on the internet and then they just come in and now it's authenticated? Oh God, it's disgusting. I do not understand Glanville. And there's just, the appeal on this is going to be a nightmare. And Brian Steele is probably writing the appeal while he's in there. Like, he's probably typing it as he goes, because it's going to be the longest appeal ever. Love is going to say the interview is self-serving. You're right. That would be her objection. Well, it's self-serving. Bitch, he was arrested. Crazy. Yes, we definitely have another 24 months in this trial. Let's see. If the jury was told they had to be committed for 1 year and the trial is longer, can they release themselves? Red Bunny, that's a great question. The answer is no. Oh my God, you guys, speaking of jury duty, my wonderful, talented partner in crime, Boleyn, is here sitting next to me right now. But she has to leave at noon to go to 1 p.m. jury duty. What the fuck is that? Who has jury duty at 1 p.m.? Oh, that's right, a municipal court in Dallas. It's ridiculous. I said, Belinda, go. She said, no, I don't want a warrant. I said, well, I'll defend you. It's no big deal. It's ridiculous. But she's going to go. No, this jury cannot just dismiss itself. Like, these people are going to have actual heart attacks to get out of this shit. Or, I guess, an event. I guess the judge isn't holding court this morning. So, I don't know. Oh, sweet lady Sugar thought about me with the gun range video. Oh, yeah, because we went to the gun range 2 weeks ago. I got a gun I didn't like, and so I barely shot the damn thing. But Boleyn had a lot of fun, and she shot some guns she did like. Okay, Lazy Lou. I don't have the luxury to ask this question. 6'4", big black dude. Well, Lazy Lou, you do have the luxury to ask the questions. You can ask, am I being detained? Don't be a smartass, though. Geez, because you know, any kind of tone, the cops will just go ape shit. Don't get me started on the police, y'all. Don't get me started on the police. I'm sorry, I promised you I would not sing. Okay. Alright, let's get back into this. So the dude just asked him, what about Holly Grove? Which, as we know, is Lil Wayne's hometown. And the only reason I know that is because I've been watching this.
Because you had an Instagram thing that said, talking about Holly Grove. Like, I'm coming to Holly Grove, meet you with the dicks. Yeah.
Okay, hold on. Miss Purple 85 just gave us $5. Thank you so much. I appreciate you so much. Thank you for being here, and thank you for the support. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Miss Purple 85. And we do got to thank Tavonda also. Iamtavonda for providing this footage to us, or these sounds, so it's really great. Lonnie asked, what is self-serving? I don't know. I've never heard of self-serving hearsay until this trial. It must be some weird fucking Georgia shit or something. I don't know, man. K-Way, yeah, there's a lot of bias going on. It's crazy. I think, Lonnie, what they're saying is self-serving hearsay is when the party says something like, oh, I didn't do it, or I don't know. I really don't know, because as far as I know, that's not a legal concept. I do not understand. Oh, I can't wait to go to court and ask them why they don't object as non-responsive. Because here in Texas, let's say I ask someone a yes or no question, is the sky blue? And they're like, well, on Wednesday it was really cloudy and blah, blah, blah. Objection, non-responsive. It's a yes or no question. Answer yes or no. And judges in Dallas have no time to play with your extra words. So it's crazy to me that they do not have, they haven't been using non-responsive as an objection in that way. I did hear Keith Adams talk about non-responsive, or was that, no, sorry, it was YSL Shard said that Miss Love's answer was non-responsive. But it wasn't, oh no, I heard Keith Adams make a non-responsive objection, but it wasn't the type that we do here in Texas. So I'm really hoping, like, maybe I can bring them lunch and they'll teach me stuff or something. I don't know, I would really love it. I know a lot about the law, but there's obviously nuances in every state court that are different. Every state is different. Okay, so let's get back to Holly Grove.
What's that mean?
It's like,
A joint is a dick? Like weed?
Okay, why do they keep calling these things dicks? The video they played last week, remember I wouldn't play it because of copyright? He said, F y'all ends, and then he was talking about, we bring in the dicks. And I'm like, this is some gay sounding shit. I don't understand the dicks. And if that's a joint, why are you putting a dick in your mouth? I don't know, y'all. I don't get it. Some slang is not for me.
Don't say it like that.
I don't know.
He said, I don't know. Yeah.
Okay.
It's the lyric was, no homo, we smoke dicks, meaning the blunts that we smoke are big. The blunts that we smoke are not regular size blunts. That's the meaning of it. But people take it as
Okay.
That is gross.
It's all just on
So gross.
What about
it's for that. It's to make you be like,
No, a dick is a big blunt. That's what he just said. It's so fucking gross. Why would you want to smoke that? I can't. It's crazy. It's crazy. Spanky Johnson, thanks for joining. I think I'm funny too. Thank you. And I like how I talk as well. I really appreciate you joining and being nice to me. He said Blix. Okay, Eric. Caleb says it means extended clips, and Marty says it means bring the guns. Y'all, I'm sorry, but I have a very juvenile mind when it comes to things like dicks, penal code, tainted evidence. You know, I just it's a low bar to make me laugh. I just don't think if I'm a gangster, I'm calling my weapon of choice a dick. I'm just not. I don't think so. I mean, that's so weird to me. Okay, here we go. Dicks are AR-15 with extended clips. Why? Crazy.
So that lets me know that you're gonna listen. You're gonna leave and be like, what the fuck is he talking about smoking a dick? Like, you gonna play that?
Yeah.
Then before you go to every million views, you get like 15, 20,000. So that pop, 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 it be the, you see what I'm saying? And so it be like weird things.
Well, I mean, but what about when you're saying you're going to go to Holly Grove, meet me there?
Yeah.
What would you mean by that?
It means I'm on the way to Holly Grove, I have a show. I think it rained. I don't really do drops. Like, if you go down my Instagram, you don't see me on my Instagram.
Literally, that's the video we heard last week. I'm coming to Holly Grove, meet me there. They're word for word asking him what he meant. Word for word asking him. And he's telling you. Imagine asking someone to borrow the dick. Okay, Devin, I just don't get it. What a stupid piece of slang. Like, who... Get your dicks locked and loaded. Like, ridiculous. Okay. All right. So they're talking about this literal video that we saw last week. And he's saying, I'm telling them to come to my show in Holly Grove, which is what Brian Steele was trying to communicate.
Shows 3-4 times a week. So you don't really see me like, come here, I'm gonna be here, I don't do that on my show, I don't do that on my Instagram.
Yeah, but you're talking to Lil Wayne though.
I'm talking to him?
Yeah, you're talking to Lil Wayne. In that.
No.
Who are you talking
to? College fans. It rained, so they called me like, you need to put it on your page or we ain't gonna have all the money to pay. You know what I'm saying? And then just
okay, they didn't think the turnout would be very good because it was raining. And so they told him, he said, they told me to put it on my page. They, I'm assuming, is his handlers or like the record company, you know, someone who's helping him make money.
What everybody is thinking in the world, it's a mastermind, it's a master plan for me, you see what I'm saying? To say, yeah, I'm on the way to Holly Grove, meet me there. We smoking them dicks too. Because if I can make the 10 million, I damn sure can make 5,000 little people in the world think I'm talking about, right? You see what I'm saying? And I can't take no short. I think it rained for a couple of days though. I just want it rain a couple of days.
When you're down there?
Nah.
What do you mean it rained? I don't understand.
It rained.
How do you not understand? See, y'all, there is such thing as a stupid question. That was a stupid question. What do you mean rained? I don't understand. How do you not understand what the fuck rain is? if you've been on the planet for more than like 2, maybe 3 years, like probably anywhere on the planet for more than 2 or 3 years, you should know what the fuck rain is. You might call it a different word, but you should know that water comes from the sky. It's called rain. Like, I've always said this. By the way, good morning, Sandra Love. Good morning, everyone. If you're new, you're just joining us, I'm Lauren Cadillac, aka OG Cadillac. I'm an attorney in Dallas, Texas. I mainly do civil litigation. I am a courtroom attorney, but I am obsessed with this case and others. So we are, I am constantly recapping, and this is today some extra footage. Excuse me. The Cashapp is cash sign lcadilac, CADILAC. Lonnie says he's gonna lie the entire interrogation. This is why you need your damn lawyer, y'all. But it's so weird to call it dicks. But here's the thing. He's calling the weed dicks, but then the dumbass motherfucking cop says, what is rain? So while we might all think, oh, he's lying to save it, they probably don't even know he's lying. They're kind of dumb. Oh, so what I was gonna say is, if you're pro-government, and you love government employees, you love the government of the United States, you think governments are great, I can tell you right now, this is not the channel for you. I can tell you that I do not like the government. People who choose to work for the government are people I question, okay? Particularly cops, okay? So if you're like looking for back the blue, move on, all right? It's not here. Okay, back to the interview.
They called me like, it's raining, it's kind of hell, so they were like, well, you just need to let everybody know that you're really coming. Because, you know, some people probably like, is he coming?
What's hell?
Getting it hyped, getting it hyped up.
You let everybody know I'm coming. Like, okay, he's coming. They booed the fuck out of me too.
Did they hurt your feelings when they booed you?
Yes. You ain't seen me on stage?
Why
It
they
was over the internet. I'm like,
why they boo you?
It
though?
hurt his
Like,
feelings,
because of
y'all.
Lil
That's so
Wayne?
sweet.
yeah, they like, me and Lil Wayne got, like, we beefing with each other. So they like, when I go to his city, they like, woo. I'm like, what the
That's fucked up.
That's crazy. Then,
So why would you buy tickets to someone's show just to boo them? I don't get that.
Lives
That's
in
not.
ATL.
and then out of like, it was like probably 900, 1,000 people, probably 1,200 people. It was like 5 little people, some girls too.
Only 5 of them that were booing you?
Hi, Infamous Sylvia. Welcome. I'm so glad that you joined us. And thank you for subscribing. I am going to court in August. I'm very excited. Lazy Lou says they can't play this video because Thug will not take the stand. Well, that's not necessarily true. They could play this video if they could get either of those cops on the stand or any of the witnesses that were in the room when they were interrogating him. Okay, so he's just explained what rain is. Hi, Love Nona. Welcome. I'm so glad that I popped up on your feed. Hi, Eric. Welcome. Thank you so much. Thank you, everyone who's joined us. You guys are awesome. All right, so this cop literally asked, what is rain? This cop literally asked, what is rain? Then I think Thug helped inform him because he said it falls from the sky and there was hail too. You fucking idiot. I swear, my dad had 3 rules in his home, okay? No grab ass, which is a funny way of saying horseplay. No chemical drugs. So weed, shrooms, you're cool, but if it's a chemical, you're not taking it. And the most important rule, the rule that if you break, you are disowned, is no cops. Don't do no shit that brings no cops to my home. This is why, because they don't even know what rain is. Are you fucking kidding me? And Doug just explained, I posted that because it was raining and hailing and they thought the turnout would be low, so they asked me to. Oh, so it's marketing? So it's marketing then? So we have a whole trial here based on marketing? I have been saying, since I came into this in I think I started obsessing with it around September. This man is being prosecuted for marketing. Every American should be frightened. How you live in a capitalist society and then be prosecuted for marketing. Okay. Sweet Lady Sugar says, this is why Steele and Adams are always so upset. It's 100%. It is. I got to tell you, I got out of law school, into those courtrooms, and it is a disappointment. I'll tell you for sure. Hello, Miss Trial. Welcome. I'm so excited. Happy to see you here. Thank you, everyone that's here. Y'all, make sure you're hitting like and subscribe and feeding the algorithm gods. And just know that I really appreciate all of your support. Okay. Lakeisha says she works for the government and she sees that. Okay, Lakeisha, so you know. I have a girlfriend who is the government attorney, and every time any government employee does anything stupid, I'm like, that's your coworker. So like constantly, that's your coworker. Oh yeah, by the way, that's your coworker. Okay, all right. So, we need this sound clip to come in ASAP. We need it to come in now while this stupid Hollygrove bullshit is on the jury's mind. Because this says, well, it's exactly what Steele said in his cross. Remember, he said, do you know any of the people behind this? You know, do you know why he posted the video? Nothing like that. Poor Thug, living in jail, being the recipient of the violations of Geneva Convention, gaining all that damn weight just for marketing. Y'all, please. Hello, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. Thank you. All right. The stupidity of the cop to even ask. That's all I'm saying. How do you ask what rain is? Oh, I'm not understanding. Like, what the do you not understand about rain, bro? Now, I don't know. I'm not from Georgia. You guys can answer this question for me. But I'm going to say in Texas, it rains, I'm going to say at least 100 days a year. At least there's some rain 100 days a year. You cannot tell me that in Georgia, where there are more trees and shit, that y'all are not experiencing rain. Like, this man is probably spending half his year in the rain. Like, don't get me started. I loved my dad's house rules too, Britt Sherry, and I carried those rules into my home as well. I did have more rules too, though, like you are not old enough to date until you have a job, you know, stuff like that. My dad was a lot less strict than I am. I'm a pretty strict mom. Thank you. I'm so excited that you love me. Hello, welcome. Thank you, everyone. Okay, Atlanta is a world all by itself, there's no doubt. All cities are. Each little town is its own culture.
They're like, boom, I was looking, because, you know, I can't really see, so I was looking, I'm like, oh, it's a girl. There was a couple of, they were like, ooh, fuck you, rain rock. I'm like, that shit is crazy. I ain't even perform. I only did like 26 minutes. I only did like.
Damn, he knew exactly how long he'd been there. He said 26. You know his feelings was hurt. He said, I was there for 26 minutes. He's like, I was there 26 minutes and 32 seconds and this bitch booed me. Like, you know he had some feelings about that. He was feeling hurt, y'all.
It wasn't no yay. It was off. The whole stadium was like, boo. I was like, what the fuck? Golly, I'm not gonna sit on stage like no idiot like that. Put it up, you can Google it. They were like, boom, boom. I'm like, what the fuck?
What was this?
When was it? It was.
When?
It was the same when Lil Wayne was here.
Gotcha.
I was telling him that earlier. What's up? That's what I was saying.
Oh, you said you were in New Orleans. You said I remember you
Wayne
saying
from New Orleans. I'm from Atlanta. And Wayne was in Atlanta, and I was in New Orleans.
You
That was
got
crazy.
moved in New Orleans.
Yeah.
And you got your little feelings hurt. Yeah. Stuff you look at.
How did she just have to be like, recap? I don't fucking understand what is going on here. She was just talking about it, and then she's like, wait, what? Like, do these officers have some kind of mental, like, memory issue? I mean, I certainly have memory issues, but, like, you were just talking about, I don't get it. But, you know, they can't remember what fucking rain is, so, you know.
How much do you pay for that?
I think like 30 minutes.
Why are they asking him what he paid?
30 seconds.
I wish I got that.
Tell me how many thoughts is there or something.
You want to write something?
Shit, no, I said I need to, so I can make my own money.
Yes.
So you got booed in New Orleans, got your feelings hurt, got your money, and then what you did.
They moved me. Shit, I just came on. When I came home, Lil Wayne got shot at that night. When I came home, it was on the news. Lil Wayne bus got shot up. Like, what the fuck?
So he didn't even know the bus was shot up? When he got on stage, they told him, and he was like, you heard him? What the fuck? He sounds confused. That is genuine surprise. Like, he... He definitely did not order that hit. He sounds too surprised. That's genuine surprise in his voice. He did not order that hit. Period. He didn't order it.
Hip-hop lives in
You
ATL.
talked to him since then, Lil Wayne?
Oh, this is the lady that was trying
Besides,
to push up
like-
on that. Yeah, she's trying to flirt with him. I heard that.
You never talked to Lil Wayne?
Ever. Man, the only thing this man ever did was dap my hand. He got on my song, but I ain't do it with me. I was like, just putting pressure on Bird, like, why the fuck Wayne won't come to the studio with me? You know what I'm saying? And then Bird was like, I just gave him a song, like, said it like that. And Bird had got it, and then Wayne did.
Damn. I thought y'all be in the same. I thought y'all be in the same like studio with the same.
Hell no. This nigga would never come to the studio. But come to find out, it was never because of me, it was because of Bird.
Lonnie says they're playing each other for stupid to get as much information as possible. Lonnie, I don't think they're intelligent enough to come up with that plan. I don't agree with you. I think they're just stupid. Like, I don't believe that they were like, hey, let's both play dumb and then we can get more info. Like, I don't think they're smart enough to think of that, if I'm honest. So.
That's crazy.
I always was thinking like I think is Bird fucking with me too hard, and he don't like it because you know Birdman always been with him. Birdman always like been on him, he's scoring. So I'm like, is he seeing that Birdman fucking with me too hard? So he's like, he don't like me. But that's what I was thinking. It's not that. It was this motherfucker paid him. He don't turn in 3 or 4 albums, and he ain't got paid for the albums. Even though he got a $7 million bonus, but he still wants his money for his albums.
Hip-hop lives in ATL.
That's ruthless, man. That's ruthless.
I just be living like, bro, what the fuck, bro? I don't even let it get to that point to where you owe me $30, $40 million.
Okay,
But-
so he goes on to just talk about why Birdman and Wayne were fighting, which is actually quite interesting because I didn't realize it. He talks about the Carter 5 and how it was like a mixtape, and then it was called Free Carter 5 or something like that. I don't know. And then Birdman owed Wayne a bunch of money, but then also wouldn't release his album and was like holding it hostage. I'm not 100% sure. I heard him talk about it, but it's been a whole week, and quite frankly, I don't really care. So we are now 57 minutes and 30 seconds into this interview, and the cops just came in to Mirandize. They just came in to tell him he's detained and to Mirandize him.
Since you're in custody, do you know anything about Miranda rights or anything like
See,
that?
you're in custody.
You
He's
have-
detained.
you don't have-
He's in custody. So finally, a cop's like, well, shit, he's in custody. We need to read him his Miranda rights. He comes in to do this. In custody.
To talk to us type deal. You ever been read your Miranda rights before? Like on TV, you see on TV, you know what I'm talking about?
No, I'm talking
Miranda
about...
rights.
Yeah, that's what it's called.
You ever been arrested?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know when they say you...
Like you can't talk.
Yeah,
Not
like,
that you can't, but you don't have to, you know, you have the right
Yeah.
to do this and that, yeah.
so, it's like on TV, man. It's not really that big a deal. And like I said, you don't have Cobb County charges. We're not looking to charge you for anything like that.
Okay, so this is in Cobb County. These are the Cobb County cops, detectives, I don't know what they are. Okay, so now they're about to read him his Miranda rights.
But because you're in a formal setting, like you're in the jail, for us to be able even to talk to you, you gotta protect your rights and protect our rights. You know, does that make sense? So we gotta read you your Miranda rights. You can talk to us, you can not talk to us. It's totally up to you. But we would like to talk to you just so you can help sort some stuff out, if that makes sense. Okay?
And they don't go right into reading the rights.
You been jitting at me all day.
I mean,
Jitting at me all day.
well, you now. that's just what I do. Ms. Williams, can you read it right?
Can you read for me?
You want me to?
Yeah.
So you've been, like you said, you've been arrested before, so you know pretty much what this is. And this is, we're gonna advise you what you're doing.
Okay, while they're making the noise, they're about to ask him to initial and sign a document that says he has been read and understands his rights. What did I tell y'all earlier? Call your lawyer. Don't sign the document, don't initial the document, tell them you need your lawyer. Don't touch nothing. These people will slide a confession in front of you and have you sign it. That's no lie. The Supreme Court has said that police are very competitive and cannot be trusted. The Supreme Court has said that, y'all. So don't be signing any paperwork these people hand to you, okay? If you're about to get detained, silence. I want my lawyer, period. Red Bunny says they read DK his rights and DK asked for an attorney and they still kept asking him questions. That's what they do because they're pieces of shit and they violate the Constitution every day, okay? So once you ask for the lawyer, you shut up. You should never be talking in front of the government. Like if you're around the government, your mouth should be shut, period, okay?
Basically, as I read them to you, if you don't understand something, let us know so we can explain it, okay?
Yes, Ms. Ray, you start screaming for your lawyer.
I want you to just
Exactly.
initial it saying that you understood what I was saying, okay?
That's
And then
awesome.
at the end, we'll go through this and we'll sign. So basically what this is you and I met before, like Detective Racy said, especially in Cunningham with the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, and Firearms, ATF, okay? And before we began talking to you, because you are in custody, okay, they brought you here and arrested you for the warrant that
Hold
you
the
had
fuck
on
up.
you. We have
She just said, before we start talking to you. We're 57 fucking minutes into this. Before we start talking to you was a long time ago. 57 minutes ago. A damn near hour ago, lady. Talking about, oh, well now oh my God, I cannot even with these police. And the way this woman speaks to him, my God, she talks to him like he's a 3-year-old. I mean, it is crazy to me. Myself, I would not have any tolerance for that. Like, I got no tolerance for being spoken to that way. He's very polite, though. He is not me.
have to get this squared away. So your first right is that you have the right to remain
Hip-hop lives in
silent.
ATL.
Okay? You understand that?
Yeah.
Okay, initially. Remember I said if you understand it, initially. If you don't, let us know, we'll explain it to you.
Well,
Okay?
I don't sign.
You don't have to
You don't
sign
have to
anything.
sign it.
Do you understand it?
Do you understand it? Okay, if you understand it, could you initial it for me? That's what I'm asking. I mean, now don't. How can I
No.
do this?
Well, look, as long as
You've
you,
been with me all day.
I have, but
We've been here all day.
this is real, okay? This
Oh,
is
now
where the
it's
rubber
real.
meets the road.
Oh, now it's real. Now you decided that where the rubber meets the road. This man has been sitting in your building, unable to leave, detained, this whole time. And now the rubber meets the road? Fuck out of here. This kind of shit is why I hate the government, y'all. Like this. You can't go to law school and not come out hating the government.
So to speak, okay? And you know how when let's just say you're doing a show.
Okay, so no more playing.
We ain't playing.
Okay.
You're doing a show. When it's time for me to pay your money, you like, okay, I'm gonna be serious. We signing contracts, we doing all that kind of stuff. You understand?
Yes.
So this is kind of like the same thing, okay? We're serious now. And in order to cover everybody in this room, we have to have this paper here.
You weren't
okay?
serious before?
So, your first right is you have the right to remain silent. And that's it.
do you understand that?
Yeah.
Hip hop lives in ATL.
Oh my God, have you watched a television show? Like, I think by the time most people are 4 or 5, they've seen enough episodes of Law and Order to understand the right to remain silent. My God.
Initially?
I don't know, initially.
That's fine. If you don't want to initial it, that's fine. As long as you understand it.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
I'm sure.
We'll just go line by line, and you just say if you understand it.
Okay.
You don't have to put
Okay.
pen to paper for nothing if you don't want to.
Any,
Do not be initialing that shit. No signing, no initialing. Ridiculous.
anything you say can be used against you in court.
Yes.
You understand? Okay.
Let's add another word. Will. Can and will be used against you in court.
You have the right to talk to a lawyer before we ask you any questions and to have a lawyer with you during questioning.
This is where he should say,
You
okay,
understand
call Brian.
Yeah.
Call YSL Steel right now.
that? If you cannot afford a lawyer, one will be appointed for you if you wish before any questioning begins. Okay? If you decide to answer any questions now without a lawyer present, you have the right to stop answering at any time. You understand
Yeah.
that? Okay.
Does she not sound like a 3rd grade teacher? You have the right to stop talking at any time. Do you understand that? I would have been so nasty. I would have been like, bitch, I'm a grown woman. Fucking talk to me that way.
Now, would you do me a favor? only if you can. Could you read me this first sentence right here?
What?
Hip hop lives in ATL.
Over my rights, and when the board has been read to me, I understood these rights. At this time, I am willing to answer questions without a lawyer present. Made to me, no questions before.
That's if you are willing to talk to us. That's kind of what that's saying. Like, we haven't threatened you, we haven't hit you with a club, we haven't made any promises. But do you understand that?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to talk to us right now
No.
about? And like I said, I'm not trying to influence you one way or another. It's your choice if you want to talk to us or not. But do you just want to talk to us right now in this room without having to have like an attorney present? That's basically what
Absolutely
that's
the fuck
saying.
not. Listen, there are 388 of you here right now. If any of 388 of you are ever detained and asking, a cop is asking you if you want to talk without your lawyer, I want you to hear my voice. Absolutely the fuck no, I don't. I want my lawyer. I had someone commit a crime against me and I had to go talk to the cops about it. I'm the victim. I took a lawyer. I'm not going with these cops without a lawyer. And just because I'm a lawyer, that's not good enough. No. I need a lawyer who knows how these cops work. I need a lawyer who works in that area. That's what y'all need. Don't be calling me, okay? Because, I mean, I will yell and I'll make a scene in there, but I'm not going to be very much help otherwise. I'm actually pretty good at making a scene, though. Okay. So I just really, it just sickens me. But you've all been
You
warned.
don't have to sign that form if you don't want
Hip
to.
hop lives in ATL.
You're attorney girl.
Hip hop
You
lives
go
in
to high school
ATL.
down there
I went to high school on the west side.
in the west.
He went to a totally different high school on the west side. They're talking about now Cleveland Avenue and where he's from. Hi, Nita. Welcome. I'm so happy to see you. Oh, and you said you're watching Miss Sylvia. Miss Sylvia is here. I'm so excited.
Forgive me because I don't know. I mean, I don't know much about Clayton County, West Side, and all that. So I might be asking.
Okay,
Don't-
Douglas, we're going to see you on August 13th.
Like zone
Apparently, I don't know enough.
3? Yeah. He was like, wait,
That's what I thought. See, no. So I guess that's why I'm asking you because I'm totally lost when we start talking about stuff. Anyway, so Jonesboro South, where's that at?
It's in zone 3.
Zone 3 Atlanta.
Okay, so he's from Jonesboro South and
Yeah, man,
Zone
you gotta
3.
forgive me, man.
I know what Zone 3 is because of this trial. I know that Cleveland Avenue is in Zone 3.
Well, I'm from Cobb County, but I don't go to Zone 3.
You never been around there?
I guess not. Treat me like I'm dumb, man, because I am in this aspect.
is.
I guess I am an idiot.
No, in
you know
all
what I'm saying?
aspects.
But,
All aspects.
Anyway, so you grew up, what high school did you go to?
Washington.
Okay. And how long have you been, you said you've been rapping since you were, I guess, a kid or whatnot?
Yeah, I've been for a long time.
I got it. How many CDs you got?
Hip hop lives in ATL.
Out legal.
Oh shit, how many you got?
300 songs. I told you already.
Here, listen to this.
When they was getting all my shit from the house, I'm like, make sure y'all, man, somebody leaked 300 songs. That shit almost ended like real.
Like they hacked into it, or one of your boys leaked it?
No, of course not.
Of course not. Of course not. My boys wouldn't do that. So he's saying that someone hacked into some system and released 300 songs of his. And he goes on to talk about, like, that's several albums worth of music. And he talks about how he's tied up with the Gucci Mane label. And he wants to move labels, but he has to do 4 albums for Gucci. But he didn't know well enough. If he had known better, he would have signed for like 2 or 3. What I gather from this is a man who's learning the business. Like, this is a man who got some success and now is like learning how to navigate the music business, right? I don't understand where you have time if you are touring the United States, learning the music business, networking with celebrities, winning Emmys, Grammys, shit like that. Where do you have time to run a street gang? Now, I know they say youth is wasted on the young. And I know as a 40-something-year-old woman, I'm more tired than many of you 20-year-olds. So I know when he was 20, he had more energy. I get that. But how do you do all of that? He's one person. It's only 24 hours in a day. No matter how much drugs you do, no matter how much meth you use or Adderall or whatever, you still only have 24 hours in a day. So where did he find the time? Where does he have the time to be managing the street gang? I don't know. So they talk about the album.
They're good tracks. I mean, I'm not trying to insult you. I mean, I don't know, man.
Talking about someone else's.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to, man.
Of course, they got a lifestyle. Lifestyle was a good song.
That was one of them.
Lifestyle was a good song.
Yes.
Damn.
You know they have since 6 o'clock and I have 8.
You want some
You
food?
want some food?
They still ain't giving
Do
me.
you want some food? Okay, we'll get you some food.
I told them I got in. I was like, yeah, so.
He
That's
asked
jacked
for
up.
food. They bring him a bologna sandwich.
And me and brother, we just
Yeah.
not into music, so.
Well, like, I mean, I guess like your pace will like speed up, slow down. Anyway, man. I don't know how, that might sound stupid as hell, man. You're probably like, this dumb motherfucker right here.
I'm pretty sure that's the conclusion we all came up with, isn't it? Isn't that exactly what I said when he asked what rain is? At least he's self-aware.
Anyway, please explain to me, what's the whole beef between Lil Wayne and like Birdman? Why is he trying to sue him
God, not
and all
even.
that? What's the deal with that?
Hip hop lives in
Let's
ATL.
do that again.
I got you.
Y'all sound damn near just alike.
Man, on this song, when I'm trying to take care, you gonna be like, who you and who him? I'm trying to identical. It involved.
Must be talking about Future.
So I was like, Bird, why the hell you don't, I said, what wrong with Wayne? I said, why the hell you be acting like that? You know I fuck with him though. Cause like we'll be in the yellow now, be like, let go fuck with Wayne. I tell Bird, like, let go to Wayne little studio. Let go to his little shit. Cause all of them in one building, just different room. I was like, let go fuck with
To the
Wayne.
studio in the head.
Yeah. I was like, let go fuck with Wayne. He was like, alright, let's go over there. You know what I'm saying? So I'll be up and ready. Like I'm ready to go over there, but we'll never go, you know. And then I started feeling like him and Wayne, you know, cause they really like father and son. So they're gonna be doing like little girl shit to each other. So him and Wayne, I feel.
Hold on. You can call the fighting between Wayne and Birdman girl shit, but you smoke dicks? Okay.
You know, like, cause I did it a couple times. You know, like, be like in the club, there'll be seven. I'll be like, let's go for one, let's go for two. He'll be like, I'm gonna walk over there, I'm gonna walk over there now, hold on. And we'll never go. So I just like, what the hell? I said, what the hell, no, one. I said, cause I got so comfortable with him, by then I was like, why you tripping on that? He said, this crazy ass nigga, he want me to put the damn album out. He don't even got to sing.
Look, he's even doing voices, y'all. He just started doing a Birdman voice. He's very comfortable talking to these police.
If I put the album out, he ain't gonna do that shit. I ain't gonna make him look crazy. He gonna make him look bad. I can't put it out. So that's what I like. I'm like, oh damn, why ain't the album be out? But
Thank
deep
you,
down,
Miss Trout. I love you too.
Birdman ain't paid him for some shit. I said, motherfucker, yeah. I'm glad I ain't signed with him.
Oh.
I would have been the same way like Wayne, showing I got my money, trying to sue his motherfucker, cause I always had in my mind. I always had in my mind Wayne mad about his album not coming out, and then Wayne never said to the world, Birdman never paid me. The whole time he had problems, he always said, free to call five. Free to call five. His album is called Carter 5.
I'm not gonna lie. I had no idea until the end of the lawsuit between Wayne and Birdman that A, they had a lawsuit, or B, who Birdman was. And I'm pretty sure I was like in law school when it happened, because I remember people making me Google Birdman, and then I was like, oh, I do know this one song, right? But like, this video, when I watched this, Tavonda, when you sent it, and I was watching it in the kitchen as I made pancakes on Saturday morning, I was like, oh, that's what happened. Oh, okay. So it's kind of an interesting recap, a really overview of the beef between Birdman and Lil Wayne. But what the fuck does that have to do with what Young Thug is sitting in this room for? What does that have to do with why he's detained? Why are they asking him about this? I swear, as soon as they figure out he knows, like, not secret, but he knows the details and whatnot, then they Mirandize him, and then they go get the juice. Like, oh, he has the tea? Let's go get it. It doesn't even make sense. I don't even understand. They're not even questioning him about whatever it is that they arrested him for. I don't even know what they arrested him for. That's wild.
It was free qualified. The mixtape, it's a free qualified. It's gonna say free qualified the album, but it say free qualified the mixtape. So it wasn't the album. And on the first song,
He can't get in trouble for doing that if he's
you
on.
put out mixtape. You put mixtape out at any given time. You put out music at any given time. Album, no. He can get sued. Birdman can sue him.
Okay, so I didn't know that. I didn't know that there was a thing called a mixtape. And I didn't know that a mixtape and an album were different. But what he says is that albums are run by the record company. Mixtapes you do in between records to kind of keep people excited about your music. I thought that was very interesting. I just feel like he knows too much about the music industry and like how to do his job as a musician to know to send Tick to go shoot some guy at a sicko. I don't know. It just seems
Young
odd.
successful living on holidays and on like regular just day to day it'd be like young stoner life. But it's like young successful living and young stoner
they're
life.
asking what YSL is.
It's like just a lot of different shit within the two different lines, but the correct thing is young stoner life. But
Okay, young stoner life.
so many kids are following it to the point where I'm young too, so it's hard for me to just face it. But I had to, I pay attention to like Instagram, I be on this shit, so I be like, oh, okay. I see kids like this and that.
Hey, playa, thank you for joining. By the way, everyone who's just hopped on, I'm lcadilac, aka OG Cadillac, and I'm an attorney in Dallas, Texas. I really serve all of Texas. I do litigation, courtroom, but not criminal defense. So I'm just obsessed with this trial, and I love watching lawyers do their jobs, and I love the Constitution. Okay.
And then it'd be like real kids. And then
So he's saying like he's starting to talk about how he finds that kids are his followers, and he finds that the majority of his fans are children, and so he starts to make sure he's cognizant of that when he's creating music and creating media. Does that sound like someone to you that's running a criminalized street gang?
I just did a tour
Hip-hop
in the beginning of this
ATL.
year. I think it was February, it was March to April. It was March the 3rd to April 4th or some shit. It was a month. And most of the shows we couldn't smoke and all that shit because it was kids. So then I was like, oh my God, this shit really, like, 70% of my fan base are really kids. In real life, 70% of them kids. So now I be like, sometimes I gotta watch that shit, like smoking. I can't be doing it. Drinking, you know, can't do. Especially
Yeah.
You ain't role model now, it's true,
That's
man.
right.
I'm mad that I'm going through trial and tribulations to understand it. I get it.
Yeah.
That shit crazy. My whole family.
Hi, Joe Martin and Associates. Welcome.
Whole thing, like 70% of that shit is kids.
Let me let you eat, man. You keep trying to eat, man. You keep-
Have we heard anything at all in this that makes us think Thug is some kind of ringleader of a gang? Because to me, this is exculpatory evidence. This is walk him free. Let's hope this doesn't come out until after August 14th, because I already bought my airplane tickets. No mistrial before then. Wouldn't it be great if while we were there, they called a mistrial? Oh, it would be so dope. Okay, so this is a man who clearly knows his audience are children. He's concerned about not drinking and smoking and that kind of thing for children. Yeah, he raps about this stuff. Yeah, he writes these, but this is all sales. The kids are buying it because it's about guns.
I just seen a video of Wayne he like, shit. He was like, I paid.
Hip-hop lives in
I guess people
ATL.
been in his ear like he a fan. Because even before I was hot rapping, before I was
A fan.
A fan.
You hear that?
A fan, like you like him.
Yeah.
Okay, alright,
He was being smart. You think he was smart?
No, I just didn't understand what you were saying.
Oh.
Yeah.
I just do not like the way that woman speaks to
A
him.
couple days ago, probably a week ago, and he was like, I guess he was clearing it up, like, and you know, I just been hearing things. He was like, connected together. If he's some sort of fan, he's still being funny with me. He was like, if he's some,
Oh, what that's my bad.
if he was some sort of fan, I'm sorry for anything that I ever said to make him feel low down. He still was like the name to.
Okay, Gary Indiana asked, would this be self-serving statement? I don't know, because before this trial started, I had never even heard the term self-serving hearsay. Like, I had to Google it because I was like, what the fuck is that? That's not something that I'm aware of that we recognize in Texas courts. So I'm gonna Google it real quick while we're here, because the prosecution is definitely, oh no, okay, here we go. We do have it in Texas. Oh my God. Okay, let me read this to you. Self-serving in a legal context refers to statements or answer to a question that serves no purpose and provides no evidence, but only argues or reinforces the legal position of a particular party in a suit. Let's see. A self-serving statement is a statement made by a party in his own interest at some place and time out of court and does not include testimony which he gives as a witness at the trial. For purpose of determining whether the statement is admissible in trial in New York, it tends to reduce that the charges or mitigate the punishment. Okay, wait. This is in New York. A self-serving statement for purposes of determining whether the statement is admissible in trial is one that tends to reduce charges or mitigate the punishment for which the declarant might be liable. So I do think certainly the prosecution is going to argue that this is self-serving hearsay. My problem with that is it's not self-serving hearsay in that it's a freaking police interview, right? Like, it is the cops asking questions and him answering them truthfully. So I don't like that. I've never used self-serving hearsay. Like I said, I never even heard of it. It's kind of, to me, like a shitty backdoor, kind of like all of what RICO charges are, just a shitty backdoor to take away your rights as an American. So, Red Bunny said, don't forget to hit the like button. I'd appreciate it, y'all. Please, please, please hit that like, hit subscribe. Yes, nomenclature, thank you for being here and participating today. Yeah, basically, so defending yourself. The problem is that Thug is not going to testify. And the reason that Thug is not going to testify is because not one single decent defense attorney in the entire United States is going to put his client on the stand, period, end of story. And we all know that YSL Steele and YSL Adams are awesome, so they're not going to put their client in that situation. There's no way that Thug would ever testify. None of the gentlemen who are being prosecuted should ever be testifying. We shouldn't hear testimony from any of them. So it's gonna be hard for Steele to get that video in. And I really think that all he could do is subpoena those cops, which he should be able to do. He should have a right to do that. Thank you all for joining. I really appreciate it. I'm going through your chat here. Like, that's pretty much the end of that video. I think it's a interesting recording, and I think it could serve as exculpatory evidence, and so I'm wondering if the prosecution even shared it. There is court today, but it's not until 1 p.m., so I decided to go live here for a little bonus and say hi to y'all. I really appreciate you all being here. So court goes back on at 1. And I mean, that's all I got today. I really just wanted to play that video and talk about exculpatory evidence. I think really, Mike White says throw some D's on it. I actually know what that means. Because when that song came out, I was still listening like to the radio and stuff. Like, we still had radio back in the olden days, but now we don't have that. And so I don't have any access to hip hop. I guess like my Amazon would give me, I use Amazon Music, but hi Trina, thank you for subscribing. Anyhow, I really appreciate all of y'all. I have so much fun doing this. I hope that like enough people subscribe that I can quit my day job and just hang out with you guys all day, because like that would be way more fun. It's way better than arguing. I don't mind arguing. I'm really good at it. I'm a good lawyer, so if you need one in Texas, holla. Tam Bam, thank you for subscribing. Nomenclature, I don't have to go, but y'all got to give me something interesting to talk about. You know, I could ramble on and on and on about several things, but like, you know, is there any questions anyone has in the chat or anything before I let you go? Any questions about law-ish stuff? No? Hazel I said she started watching on a fluke. You're invested and determined to see it to the end. I feel this, like, I didn't start on a fluke. I started when I heard about the lyrics were going to be used, or that they were using lyrics to prosecute him, and that it was RICO, and it's the same RICO that they're getting Trump under in the same county. That all kind of piqued my interest, right? And so that's how I came here. That's how you got your middle-aged white mom hosting a show about this crazy case. It's wild to me. Like, in law school, the First Amendment, it's the First Amendment, the first one, because it's the most mother trucking important. They put it first because it's the most important. So it's crazy. So it's crazy. I cannot that someone would be prosecuted over lyrics. And I've learned, I didn't know this before, but I've learned there have been many people, many rappers who have been prosecuted over lyrics. But guess what? How many rockers have been prosecuted over their lyrics? How many country singers talking about dead dogs and wives have been prosecuted over their lyrics? So that's an interesting piece to me too. I really find it fascinating that our government would choose to, focus on hip hop and hip hop culture. So, okay, so I got some question. I am not in Houston, and I don't do family law. So get out and get it. I am not there. I don't do family law, but I have a very good friend that does, and I will try to put her info in the messages when we log off. Yes, I watched yesterday, of course. I'm going to be watching this afternoon. Okay, let's see. I started watching on Flip. We got that. In case I missed it, what are your days you go live? I thought it was on Fridays. Lakeisha, it is on Fridays, but I decided to do a little bonus content today because Iamtavonda had sent this wonderful video to me. I believe I might also start doing another day, but we'll see. Okay. This is like a full-time job in and of itself. And then I got a whole full-time job. As you know, I'm a whole lawyer and I have to go to court and stuff. So, so there's a lot to balance, but I like it. Did you see Shields and Shard's motion for mistrial yesterday? What do you think? Yes, and we're going to talk about that on Friday because that's part of the recap. How does it work when they ask the judge to recuse himself? I really don't know. I've never had to ask the judge to recuse myself. I think you have to make a formal motion for recusal, and I'm guessing the judge has the ability to say nah. I don't know that there's a reason for YFN Glanville to recuse himself on this case besides the fact that he's just annoying, but he doesn't find himself to be annoying, So while we as observers are able to see he's a shitty judge, I do not believe that he is able to see that about himself. Yes, tall glass, we're going to talk about that Friday, okay? Explain the judge not granting the mistrial. Okay, so Scrooge McBeats asks, why didn't the judge grant the mistrial? Well, here's the thing. There's been a gazillion times throughout this trial where it's been a mistrial. Miss Love's opening called for mistrial. The judge should have literally stopped the case during her opening and gotten rid of that jury. But since it took him a year to sit that jury, I don't think they wanted to do that, right? So he has continued to keep him there. My understanding is that Glanville had called a mistrial on another case, and the person who was able to walk free murdered someone. So Glanville is really paranoid about mistrial right now, and I don't think we're going to see a mistrial come out of him. If you sign a parent-child exemption, whose name should be on the deed of property? Oh, Tanaka, I'm happy to answer your question. If you schedule an appointment, you can call us at 972-845-1200. We can do a consultation. 972-845-1200. They got so much stuff on YSL, the public just don't know. Well, the public isn't seeing it either because the prosecution's failing to present it. So they have a lot of stuff. They really haven't showed it. People like you can bridge a lot of issues in hip-hop. You know how to communicate in a transformative way. Thank you, Jaybird. My God, that is so kind of you. Thank you. God. Tearing up. That was really beautiful. Thank you. They will ask for the case to be dismissed. Do you think YFN Glanville will? Heck no. No, he's not going to. Again, he's paranoid about that. If they would have tried this case 5 to 7 years ago, they would have a chance. I agree. Every day we see material, I'm like, why the fuck am I watching shit from 10 years ago? Isn't there a statute of limitations out there? It just doesn't, it doesn't make sense. The prosecution of this case does not make sense. And maybe it even makes sense for some of the people that are being prosecuted, but it does not make sense for Thug. If the judge is the chief, it's who's boss? Okay, I've talked about this before. There are no bosses when it comes to judges, okay? They don't have a boss. There's not someone they report to. We're the bosses, the voters, okay? There's definitely a board of judicial conduct and certain things they have to answer to, but they don't have a boss. So there's no boss. Roz, I'm also obsessed. Thank you for joining. I hope you hit subscribe and that you come back. Make sure you do the little notification so you catch us on Friday mornings. 3 of the defendants already doing life sentence on other bodies. Yes, and I think Lil Rod is one of them, right? Or he's being charged with that. And so that's why you go to trial, because it's amusing, it's something to do, and it's better than sitting in jail. I think Steele's team could benefit for more or better legal researchers. Seems like the case law they choose to argue is defeated by the state. What do you think? Well, SR, thank you for joining, appreciate it, and thank you for this great question. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. I don't think that Steele's team is lacking in any way. I think they bring really good case law. The other day he came in and he said, all the cases, I just read the cases that the state gave you, and the state has misquoted them. The problem is Glanville doesn't give a fuck. YFN Glanville chose his side, and his side is the government. Don't forget, his paycheck's being signed by the same person as Adrian Love, okay? So what I think it is the judge. I don't think that the state has any like incredible arguments back, really. And in fact, I've seen where Brian Steele gives some case law and then the state comes back with code. But the case law helps define what you do with the code. So to just go back to the code is ignoring the new law. It's really interesting. Like case law changes the code essentially. So the judge just went back to the code and ignored the case law. That happens, dude. This is happening in courtrooms everywhere across America. Judges are ignoring the law. Trust me. Trust me. And prosecutors are going for people that didn't commit crimes with the full force of the government behind them. Trust me. Okay, Uriel puts everyone in a box. He's following the law. Oh, no, he's not following the law. He's awful. And he's not going to be recused, and he's not going to be voted out of office. He, in fact, is already reelected because he's running unopposed. How does this look when you're running the court like a circus? Then they win an appeal. It seems like the next judge that comes behind you will think you're an idiot. So, Sweet Lady Sugar, that's a good point. A lot of judges are like afraid to make rulings, and I think that's why. I think they're afraid to make a ruling because the appeals court will see they did something stupid. But here's the thing. It doesn't fucking matter what the appeals court thinks. It's your job as a judge to sit here and make a decision based off the law and the facts before you. Make the damn decision and let the appeals court do the rest. It's out of your hands after that, right? It's in God's hand after that. Oh, Kenneth says I'm beautiful. Thank you, Kenneth. That's really, I appreciate that. So, yes, the appeals court might think they're an idiot. I assume that the Dallas appeals court has like 3 district judges, like off the top, like, oh God, not her case again. You know, like, but it's okay. Who cares if people think you're an idiot? Just do your damn job. I believe the fact that Fannie Willis made this happen is conflict of interest. I don't think so. She's the DA. That's her job. But I do think there's a conflict when it comes to that co-founder of YSL who was her client when she was a defense attorney. I do see a conflict there. Oh, Joe Blow says you're on your way to big things. Love you. Thank you so much. It was funny. Yesterday I was coming back to the office from lunch, and poor Belinda had gotten rushed with a ton of clients, and I was parking and this car pulls up and my client rolls his window and he said, hey, I came to sign the settlement. And I said, oh good, I was thinking about you this morning and I think it's a really good settlement we got you. And he said, you're right, I love you. And then he drove off. It made me feel so happy and special. Like, I really like to be able to help people in that way. So when they appreciate it, I appreciate it. So thank you, Joe Blow. A Little Rod's sentence was overturned. Okay. Well, part of the reason Little Rod ended up in this courtroom is because he had literally nothing better to do. But now that that sentence overturned, maybe he can get out of all of it. K-Way says, I feel like this is against Steele, also because his winning record against the state of Georgia. Yeah, I definitely feel there's some bias against Steele and Shard. Can Young Thug sue if he's found not guilty? Scrooge McBeats. I just want to say welcome to America. The answer is no. He cannot. He's not going to recover a fucking penny. Not one penny. And neither are the taxpayers. Not one penny. So, no. He can't sue. Okay, Little Rod got it. I'm an ATL, and what do you feel about the jail calls? Well, none of the jail calls I've heard so far have been really that incriminating. Oh, just, people insulting him, rapper boy. So, I don't know, what jail call you had in mind specifically, but like the ones they were doing yesterday, like the sister on the phone, what does that prove? Did you all happen to see the Lil Woody interrogation? He's no liner alive after it got out. He's no longer alive? Oh shit, what? No, I gotta go back. I gotta go look at that. ETX Choppa, I do law anywhere in Texas, but I am based in the DFW area, so if you don't want to have to pay for me to fly to your court, you probably want to, DFW court. But I do El Paso, Midland, everywhere. The structure of the system needs to change a little. Billy, I think that's an understatement. The structure, like the whole system, sometimes I'm like, just burn the whole fucking thing down and let's start over. Speculation and innuendo. Will you answer my question, please? Well, Wilma, I didn't see your question. I wonder if this is going to make it a RICO. Is that your question? Because I don't know what that means. Will they give them another bail hearing? No, they're not going to give them another bail hearing. They are going to lock these men away as long as they can, for as long as they can. That is the government's goal. They want to get you, like, they want you to be guilty of a crime so that they can get you into the system and keep you there. They admit that. They admit that. Yes, all judges, tall glass, are paid by the state. And the only reason you've never seen judges so outwardly biased is because you're not in courtrooms every day. I am. I see them outwardly biased all the time. So, like, none of this YFN Glanville is a surprise. Like, this is very typical Democrat judge behavior. Now, I'm neither Democrat nor Republican. Okay, I'm not marrying any group. I will not commit in that way. Absolutely not. Plus, I don't like anything anyone ever does. But I got to tell you, the Republicans run a courtroom. Miss Love, but nah. The Democrats, they run on feelings. They're running on their feelings, how they feel. Well, the reason I like the law is because there's no feelings in the law. There's no feelings. So it's awful. Okay. She does not discuss what's happened in court all week until on Friday. Thank you, Lonnie. Thank you. I will discuss Friday. Yes. Kenneth says I'm beautiful, and I really appreciate that. That's one of the reasons the fact that I reserved Mondo before is crazy. Yes. YSL Mondo, that was his name. So Fannie Willis represents YSL Mondo, and guess who's the only person who's not charged in these RICO charges? I mean, I'm not even like that big of a conspiracy theorist, but like, come on. That's kind of on his face stupid right there. That's crazy. He talks over Shart. Yes, he is really mean to Shart, and I don't like it. We talked about it last week. Like, we did a whole thing on it. It's crazy. Who oversees the judge in the YSL? Who keeps him in line? No one, Ross. Absolutely no one. All of his work just goes without watching or anything, and then he can be appealed, and that's pretty much all you get. So yeah, there's no real like checks and balance system. The checks and balance system exists between the legislature and the judicial. That's it. Not like in each branch. They get to do whatever they want inside of the branch. Wilma, I know that some other people just got convicted saying they were YSL. So will that hurt Thug and them case? Maybe. Those people are testifying. I don't think any of that testimony has hurt Thug yet, but we'll see. YFN Glanville has to know this case would be overturned in appeals to this point, so he's wasting jurors and everyone's time and money. I agree, but I don't think we're going to see him relent on that. I don't think we're going to see him change his mind and call the mistrial as he should. Mike White says, when is enough enough? When can the judge tell the DA no more evidence can be brought in? Mike, you act like this judge would be able to tell the DA anything. This judge is afraid of the DA. Crazy. Let's see. Thank you, OG Cadillac. You're welcome. Donald says, can I take you out to dinner? I'll have my limo pick you up. Sorry, Donald. I'm not available this evening, but thank you for asking. This judge needs to be investigated. Dizzy, I agree, but I mean, this is the system we have. There's no way to fix that. I mean, it's crazy. Lonnie, I do not do malpractice cases, typically, no. And I don't usually do defamation cases either. I really like real estate. Real estate doesn't have feelings. You either recorded the deed or you didn't. It either says this person's name or it doesn't. It's very black and white. We don't get to cry a lot about deeds, and I like it that way. Okay. Do you think they can lock DK back up? I am her. I think they could lock DK back up, and even more so, I think they can lock Tick back up, because Tick did not, Trontavious Stevens did not do what he said he was supposed to do. RJKS Trucking says he's in Charlotte and will come. Please? Oh my God, it'll be so exciting. August 13th, guys, write it down. Okay, Woody is alive. Body Glass Floss says Uriel seems unstable and his dog is not helping. I've seen one about Glanville judge, less cases than any other judge. Really? I wouldn't be surprised. I would not be surprised because, like, he's barely trying this case. Like, we have a whole week off tomorrow, or next week. It's just freaking crazy. YSL did have influence, and random people did want to be YSL, and Tick talked about that, and DK talked about that. Like, yeah, it's just crazy. Oh, we got someone in Little Elm. Hey, how are you? I actually live not far from there. I'm in the colony where I live. This guy named Hot just got 40 years, got caught in a drug deal. Well, that's shitty. I hate how Steele admits that Rapper Boy or any nickname is in fact Thug. Why doesn't he debunk these assumptions that they're talking about him? Like, it's literally speculation. That's a great question, Ty. I talked about this last week. We don't know how the jury is responding. We do know that YSL Steele is a good enough lawyer to look at the jury and read them and then move accordingly. So I think a lot of times when we're like, why didn't you do this or why didn't you do that? I think the answer is the jury. That's my guess. Tavonda says, when T.I. gets up there and testify for the defense, that's going to be great. Oh my God. I just can't wait to see all these rappers come testify. It's going to be wild. You know, they didn't call Lil Wayne because they know that Lil Wayne will testify like this is all entertainment and bullshit, and they don't want that. It's crazy. Do I have a card I can post to get my number? My number is 972-845-1200. Definitely an understatement. I was being modest. All right, Billy, you were being modest. Another case YSL where they were convicted. Will this hurt Thug? So, Wilma, the best of my knowledge, there have not been other YSL convictions. They've only been pleas. And no, that should not hurt Thug. Julie says, I'm not a lawyer, but I could run against Uriel. You know, you couldn't, because remember we went over a few weeks ago, I did the bit about what Georgia requires out of a judge, and you have to be a lawyer for 7 years first. So, Nomenclature asks if he's on the witness list. Nomenclature, everyone is on the, you are on the witness list. I'm on the witness list. Like, it's crazy. The witness list is like 840 million people long. Okay, let's see. Why haven't they thrown out the case? All her cases should be reviewed. Well, Fanny's cases are not going to be reviewed because she's the DA. And Miss Love's cases, I think, could be reviewed, but it's all right. H sucks. I love how these men are a threat to the public until they take a plea and then they're no longer a threat. That's a very good point. That is a very, very good point. How really threatening were they, huh? This whole trial is ran on feelings. I agree, and I cannot stand it when I get in a courtroom and a judge is running their courtroom on feelings. I can't predict what your feelings are going to be. I can predict how things will go based off the letter of the law, right? Like, but if you just are out here managing with your feelings, I got nothing. I'm lost. Glanville a part of any fraternity, and so is Miss Love. I don't know. On Friday, we're going to talk about their astrology signs, though. I did look that up. T.I. can talk about rap, Atlanta rap, and give context. You have to speak to rappers about rappers. I agree, and I think it would be great to get some rappers up there and talk about beef they had with other rappers. Let's get Drake and Kendrick up and talk about their beef. And like, what is this beef, right? Like, isn't this a way to sell records? Okay, all right. When will this be over? Forever Young. No. This is going to be over. They're saying another 24 months. My daughter's 11. She'll be 12 in October. I think she's going to be 15 before this is over. That's my personal prediction. 15. So that's like 4 years. Oh, it's ridiculous. Love and appreciate. Marva, I love and appreciate. Hope you and the infamous Sylvia. Well, hopefully we can. Infamous Sylvia join us today. And now that she knows about me, maybe we can talk together. Maybe we could do a little segment together. And if she's in Atlanta, we could definitely meet when I'm there. Red Bunny said, I saw an interview with Thug talking about he was paying Lil Baby $5 to $10K a day to keep him out of the hood and off the streets. That doesn't sound like a gang leader. Okay. Okay. Oh, I know I'm not supposed to talk about this week yet, but the jail call where they're talking about, well, could we get it on paper so it looks legit. Yeah, like that's someone saying, can I get a job from Thug so I could be legit? It's crazy. It's crazy. Who is the man sitting directly in front of Glanville? Judges Council. Oh, King Cooley. That is the, he's a lawyer. He's like a clerk of the court, and he probably writes the orders and does the legal research and shit like that for Glanville, but he is an attorney. K-Way said, I just want to see Shart as him to rescue himself. That would crack me up. No, Thug can't sue. Oh, can Thug sue for defamation of character? No. No, you can't. When the government comes after you, you just have to defend yourself and fucking eat it. Okay? And that's why part of the reason I started doing this is like, I don't think enough of us are cognizant or aware of the absolute power our government holds. Because if we were, I feel like we would be a little less acquiescent, I suppose. I think we would be a little more in protest. Because the government can literally do this. They just grab your balls and then they hold them there and they turn them and squeeze them. And if they're forced to let them go, you just deal with the repercussions. Otherwise, they're just pulling them. What could defense do to request a mistrial if they want to go over the judge's head? Sorry if this was asked today. Crystal, no, it wasn't. Welcome. I don't know if I think you were on my live where we talked about interlocutory appeals, which is like an appeal during the course of the trial. But that's it. They can't get a mistrial unless the judge declares it. And we already saw him not declare it when we've had very clear evidence of mistrial. So, where's the gang and or Rich Homie Quan Rico? Yeah, well, there's no gang. Do you have any time for pro bono work? I will have civil cases. No, sorry, I do not have time for pro bono work. I grew up poor, and I have never actually worked for free. I volunteer with a dog group, and I do help some elderly clients here and there, but I am not ever going to be available to work for free. I'm sorry. Some young dude had YSL tattooed on his back. Yeah, people are allowed to tattoo YSL on them. It's not a real gang. Ola Player was rapper at that time. I'd be falling asleep. These witnesses are useless. Oh my God. This guy, the dude this week. I wouldn't be falling asleep when the detectives are giving serious attitude to the defense and being total douchebags. But like while they go through prosecution, yeah, it's a total snore fest. It's crazy. From Mississippi. Okay. Is there a time limit? Nope. No time limit. Welcome to America, y'all. YFN, Melly? YFN? Melly? No, YMN, Melly? Whatever. Melly, the kid in Florida, he's been in jail for 6 years. Innocent. Has not been proven guilty. He's been sitting in jail for 6 fucking years. What do you think the outcome will be with Donald Trump? Joe Blow, I don't know. I don't pay attention to that shit. I realized a long time ago that the workings of the federal government have literally zero effect on me. And so I quit concerning myself with them. I really don't care. It's sad because they've been investigating for years. Yeah, we're a little late. If you do a live stream, live breakdown, you can quit your job, no cap. Well, Alicia, I would love to quit my job, so we definitely need more super stickers and y'all support. Make sure you're hitting like, make sure you're hitting subscribe, okay? Like, the more you support I can get, then I could buy a new computer, then I can get more subscribers, then maybe someday I can quit going to the courtroom. But I don't know. I say I would quit going to the courtroom, but then I'll probably keep going because, like, I worked really hard to be able to go to argue in a courtroom. So is Thug being charged with crimes or just being the leader? Denver, that's a great question. Go to my video of how we got here. I think that was 2 weeks ago. I'll link it when we're done here. And I talked about that. We go through the whole indictment. If called, I believe Rich Homie Quan going to take the stand. Probably. I want to know, is it true that Fannie Willis was sleeping with Donovan Thomas? Is that YSL Mondo? Because, yes, I think. Love is a little Fanny. Okay. The judge talks to Shark like he owes him money. Okay, my guy Vaughn, you're right. It's not even the one who asked him to excuse himself. I know. last week we talked about how the judge was getting on Shard. I'm like, don't hurt Precious Shard, okay? I like Max Shard. Like, he's so good, and I think he might be a Virgo, so he's like super close to my heart, okay? And the judge is just so fucking mean to him. And like, that meanness came out in full force last week. I really hate it when judges are mean to me. Like, I don't like it. I try to remember it's not me, it's them, but it's hard, y'all, to like completely detach yourself from that shit. Yes, they do need to stop wasting taxpayer dollars. If I lived in Atlanta, I would be rioting in the streets right now. You'd have to get Drake out from under his covers first. All right, Gary, you did it. Can a juror quit in mid-trial as the case was presented to them for 6 months only? No. No, they're stuck. They're stuck there. Baby isn't the only one he did that with. Hi, Michael Williams. You're late today, but welcome for joining us. I'm glad you're here. Oh, well, good. I'll meet Sylvia then when I go to court in August. Yes, Burger Young, I'm glad you found us too. Make sure you hit like and subscribe. I'm here every Friday at 10 a.m. Central to do a recap. I'm creating a membership so that we can do videos about law and, you know, legal topics like what is exculpatory evidence, etc. And make sure you're hitting subscribe. You should always do a segment with Nick Starro. He's great. I don't know who that is. Where he admits that Thug was basically the reason he wasn't in jail. Okay. From what I say, okay. This case makes me so mad too. Like, my poor family. My children are always like, that's still going on? Yes, it's gonna be going on for eternity. And like, every day I come home like, can you believe they did this shit? Oh my god, I can't believe they did it. Yesterday I was trying to get the fucking video of the kid shooting the AK at the gun range. I was like, I can't believe that the prosecution would even try to get that in. Like, at a certain point, as attorneys, we know the fucking rules. We know the law. So don't be trying to get shit in that you know is not gonna, like, if I know some shit is hearsay, I'm not even gonna ask. I'm not wasting people's time. But the prosecution on this has no problem doing that. They have no problem. They're gonna ask for every mother trucking thing and waste all of our time and tax dollars. Chris, thank you. I agree, the government sucks. Joshua, there's court today. It's at 1 p.m. Eastern, so we'll be bouncing off soon because they should be starting. Hi, Sylvia Edwards. What about the phone numbers and addresses given during all these people, including Birdman's private cell? Oh, King Cooley. I don't think so. You have to have damages, okay? In order to sue people, you have to have damages. What are Birdman damages? None. He just has to change his phone number. It's really not that big of a deal. Like, what are you going to sue for? Now, if someone shows up at his house and, like, you know, tears that apart because of it, maybe. But that's going to be a stretch to make that case in a courtroom. Spiritual war exposed, burden shifting, all kinds of things. State did, calls for mistrial, and the judge overruled. He's never going to grant a mistrial even if he finds out the state's withholding. Oh, yeah, that's correct. You're 100% right. He's not going to call a mistrial. Michael says he's never going back to Atlanta. Well, that's too bad because I announced earlier that I'm going on August 13th and 14th and would love for y'all to meet me there. Okay? So, if people can sue for wrongful arrests, why can't Jeffrey sue if he's acquitted? Tall Glass, I'm not aware of people being able to sue for wrongful arrests. Usually you're only suing when you've spent time in prison wrongfully. So, I don't, oh yeah, YNW, Melly, okay. See, y'all, it's too many fucking letters, okay? And everyone's like, got Y in the letter. It's like, let's just, it's too many letters. And then with Melly, he's got the N and the W and the M, and it's like my brain gets so confused. I thought the case was a state case. It is, and the feds didn't pick it up because it's not a real case. If you go, LaShawn, to last week, I'll put it in the comments, but I did a video on how we got here, and I talked about Diddy. We know Diddy is going down because the feds came for him. The feds don't fuck around, like, but they're not coming after you unless they have a case. The state government doesn't give a shit. They think money grows on trees, and they're just going to come after whoever. Okay, that's the difference. Oh shit, sorry guys. Okay. Okay, Code Heidi, thank you. This message is my pro bono work, okay? Everyone who heard my stuff earlier about being detained, all of y'all are educated on me, okay? So don't forget to hit like and subscribe. At least feed the YouTube algorithms for me, will you? Melly, new trial not starting until 2026. Yes, this kid's gonna be in jail forever. And I followed that case. I watched that last trial. So this time, next go round, I'll actually put it on YouTube. I just watched it personally. PB Williams says the process is the punishment. Well, it's part of the punishment. It's the first part of the punishment. If you end up going to jail, that's the second part of the punishment, right? So you're totally right. They'll put you in jail to await charges. How are you going to pay for a lawyer if you're in jail and not make money? Now, I get Young Thug's making money because people are releasing albums. Gunna just released the album, whatever. He makes money off that. But like normal people like us have to go to work to make our money, right? Like we have to, no. So it's crazy. What is the definition of one being able to call an expert? Okay, body glass flaws. That's a great question. I am going to do a membership video about experts, 702 of the Federal Rules of Evidence, and Daubert, which are that's how you gather what to do to prove up an expert. So I will have a video about that soonish. Okay. I have a land deed question. I'm happy to answer any deed questions if you call me at 972-845-1200 and schedule a consultation. I have to know what state you're in. I am Tactical Trucker just gave me $20. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I actually love reading the chats. Y'all's chats are the best. So thank you so much, y'all. Thank you for supporting me and being here and letting me read your chats. How come the feds haven't charged Diddy yet? I don't know about that. I don't know why Diddy hasn't been charged, but it's coming. I'm sure of it. Danny thinks Melly did what he said. I kind of do too, Danny. There's not a real lot of other reason, like, not a lot of evidence supporting the drive-by shooting, you know what I'm saying? Do I think Thug is going to jail? I think Thug's already in jail. Do I think he will be found guilty? No. Not yet. I have yet to see evidence beyond a reasonable doubt that would make him guilty. Hey, Enya, welcome. I'm so excited to see you. All right, Jaybird, he says he subscribed. Thank you so much. I super duper appreciate it. I really, I'm so thankful for y'all. You have, no idea. I would be doing this anyhow because I'm obsessed with this case. And then that I can do it with y'all is just fantastic. So thank you. Thank you so much, everyone. Thank you for joining me. LaShawn, blessings to you. Thank you. I'm going to see all of you Friday morning, 10 a.m. I think the trial should be starting soon. Y'all asked, did the lawyers get do you think lawyers get contempt to prove a point? No, the judge gives them contempt because the judge gets irritated by them. Does the judge try to prove a point by holding them in contempt? Certainly. Are the lawyers trying to prove a point by being held in contempt? No. All right. I will see you all Friday, 10 a.m. Central. We will talk about this week, what's gone on, talk about this weird detective that's on right now, talk about whether he thinks, we think he'll be, innocent or guilty. And in a few minutes, I'll link you to those other videos I was talking about. So thank you so much, everyone, for joining me. Thank you for hanging out here. Tamika said, my mom said she wouldn't answer my call if I wanted to talk to her about this case. Well, you know what, Tamika? You got me. Who needs your mom when you got me, okay? We could talk about this case together. Thank you, Tanika, for asking folks to hit the like button. I really appreciate it. Why is the judge refusing Attorney Harvey's severance request? Can it be done? There's another part. It's the bias. It's a bias. One of the lawyers on this case had to get arrested in order to get his client's case severed. He actually brought in, I'm thinking some Adderall or something in the wrong bottle. and then he got arrested, and because he got arrested at the courthouse, he was able to get his client's case severed. Now, if that is not zealous advocacy, I don't know what the fuck is, okay? But what I'm never gonna do is get arrested for any of y'all, all right? My clients need to know that right now. I love y'all, but I ain't going to jail for you, okay? Okay, Forever Young, subscribe, thank you so much. Tavonda, thank you so much for sharing that video and giving us our content for today. Michael Williams, I will definitely see you on Friday. Lonnie, I'll see you on Friday. Thank you, everyone. Everyone have a great